Hello everybody and welcome back to 7 Days to Die with me, Lady Sheilab, and also the Dapper Dragon Aavak.
Hello everyone, how you doing?
And yeah, we're going to be going on a scavenging run today, but first I need to drop off a load of stuff.
Yep, I'm doing exactly the same. I've actually changed the dump chest one into ammo and mods because honestly, that is worthy of a chest unto itself. And to that end, I could make another chest and a sign for the dump chest, but perhaps we don't even need a sign for the dump chest, frankly.
Yeah.
We can just have a dump chest. Perhaps just in the top over here, right underneath the torch. Sure. That can be where we put any miscellaneous stuff and then organize it. Alright, whilst you're getting all set up and ready to go, I'm gonna run on back to the house.
Put a spare sledgehammer into the tools chest. I don't know if you want that.
Yeah, actually that's a reasonable thing for me to grab, to be honest, because then I can help out with breaking down any blocks that we need. Right, I'm just gonna grab a few odds and sods from the main base and bring them back over. We should be good to go then. I can pretty much grab everything from, well, almost everything from the tools and weapons chest. If you want to grab the last thing in there, then that would be grand, frankly.
Oh, what, that over at the base? The other base.
Because it is a bit weighty to move all of this stuff around.
Yeah.
Let's grab these. There we go. Thankfully, the bicycle, much like any other vehicle, does not suffer from you being overburdened. However, there is a caveat to that. And that is your stamina use is still bad, I believe, when you're using a bicycle due to being over-encumbered. So although you can move very quickly, you're still probably using up a lot more stamina whilst pedaling fast than you would otherwise. Oh, thank you. I'll just go and drop these off. I was going to grab the food, but then I thought, you know what, may as well grab the weapons. And just
yeah, I'll grab whatever I can, and we'll just ferry it across.
Right, yep. Alright, weapons and armor, there we go. Let's drop off all these pistols and hunting rifles and all kinds of odds and sods. Ammo and mods. We are going to end up with so much specialist ammo. And indeed the modifications, which can go on armor or weapons, that it is worthwhile having a separate chest for them. The only thing that we might not need, that I guess I've set up because it's traditionally very necessary, is the clothing chest, and we've just not found much clothing. We've really not found much clothing, actually.
Well, we might start to find it now. We're going to be looking around apartment buildings.
Yes, it is quite
temperate biome. It's just that we had a weird... That southern part of the city in the snow biome is quite weird in that it's a lot of military bases and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that's probably good for end game, you know, or mid game.
Yeah.
Rather than early game.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to grab this wood from in there as well while I'm here. In fact, I'm going to take that iron with me back to the other base. Okay, sorry, come on down.
Sorry.
I'm going to leave you to this. I'm just going to make a quick hatch. Now, I'm going to keep them...
Do you have anything for your seeds? I've taken loads of stuff.
No, I don't have anywhere for the seeds specifically.
Food chest, maybe?
Sure,
for the seeds?
Food chest is fine, I think. Now, I am carrying with me a bunch of nails. The reason for that is that we're about to go in and gather materials from a very, very large structure. And a simple storage chest is not going to be the most efficient way of us compacting our inventories. The storage chests have a reasonable inventory space, you know, as you've noticed. But I believe the large boxes have a bigger one. I could be wrong about that, though. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. That might not be the case anymore. Because looking at the storage chest, it does actually have quite a convincing amount of inventory space in there. So I might be wrong. Maybe we don't need to take the nails with us. At any rate, though, I think I will just for the sake. Let's grab everything out of here. Yoink. Is that everything? Indeed it is. Fantastic. And I'll also pull this down. Okay, I've managed to get everything out of the food chest, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nicely done.
The only thing I can't pick up is the tools out of the fire itself, which is a bit of a shame. The beaker, the grill.
Like the cook pot and stuff.
I can just leave the snowballs there. And I'll grab the cook pot. Yeah, pretty much. The grill, cook pot and all that. All of that, Gabbins. On that note, though, I could drop off some of it. It doesn't really matter, honestly. There's only one more chest that we need to move. But again,
nice.
I would recommend us not moving the furnace, just because I would need to get all of the material in the furnace out of it first, which requires smelting it into ingots. Or, well, not so much ingots, but effectively I'd need to turn all of the iron into scrap iron first, and all of the stone or clay in there would need to be removed as stone or clay, but first I would need to effectively do something with it and turn it into something.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a pain in the bum. But I can start running it down at the very least. Oops. I do apologize. There's my alarm going off. There we go. Donk. Sorted. Right. I'll just drop off the cooking components into this fire here. There we are. All sorted. Food and medicine. Drop off all of the food items. There we go. Which is pretty much the entirety of my inventory right now. There we are. And there is no reason why I would need that much meat stew, but I'll take 5 of them just in case. And I'm going to turn a bunch of the last jars and actually start making some proper water over here, I would say. Let's go ahead and set all of those to be made. It's going to take us a little while. Take us 2 minutes to get that done. But then once
we had some wood, I'd be able to make more arrows. So that'd be...
Sure, there you go. There's 81 on the floor for you.
Oh, thanks.
You're very, very welcome indeed.
I was about to say I'd go out and chop some trees, but...
No need. Right. Okay, there we go. Got a little bit more shifted around. I will be right back with probably what will be one of the last runs back to the other base.
Nice.
For the majority of the stuff, anyway.
I just sort of tried to sort things out as much as I could, but building supplies chest might have the odd thing in it that maybe needs to be moved later.
Oh, that's fine.
Magazines,
It doesn't
like
need
that.
to be exact. I've
just got a vague idea of things that are in there, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not need to be exact. In any sense of the word. We can leave those fire pits. We don't need to take them with us. The sand actually could stay. The glass could stay as well because we can smelt that down. In fact, I should probably set that up to happen right now. How much dirt? Clay? We've got a reasonable amount of clay in there. Can I break that glass pane down? I can. Fantastic. Okay, I think that is pretty much everything out of the old base. I'm going to grab the candles as a result. I'll leave one next to the forge. That's all we need back there.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of time spent just doing that, but...
Yep. Now, as I promised,
proper moved.
The bike is now yours, and as soon as we've got some acid, I will
get a second one.
Make a second one. But for the time being, as you're much more focused on scavenging than I am, it makes sense for you to have the rapid transport.
Yeah. Spent the whole of last episode just building, though.
Well, yeah, that is true, but that will happen from time to time. Yeah, the stuff in building supplies is probably quite
Needs to be.
miscellaneous, but
Yeah.
as a general, it's not a problem. Let's grab all of this. And at this stage, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn as much of the chrysanthemum as we have into red tea. It'll just take me
wonderful.
a few more moments just to drop off some of the results. Now, the cigar is actually an item for a piece of clothing. Look intimidating and get a better deal from the traders. Also boosts strength. You can totally have the cigar. I believe it goes into the same slot as your glasses. I'll just double check that. But it, yes.
So you go in casually
instead of the
smoking a
bandana.
cigar.
Yes, and you'll get better. It actually gives you higher strength, and it gives you overall a better deal when bartering. But for the cold climates, the bandana is probably a bit more useful. But I'll have to remember that. As for, well, yeah, I suppose we can have building supplies and misc. Oh, crafting supplies, I guess. Building and crafting. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better formatted. So yeah, now everything that was dropped in there is no longer in the wrong place. There you go, Sheila.
Right, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, brilliant. I'm gonna go scavenging then. Did you want to come with, or?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Should I just.
Absolutely.
Should we leave the bicycle here for now then, and walk
No.
together,
You grab the bicycle because at the end of the day, the bicycle is also an extra inventory slot.
Oh, of course,
Don't forget that. Have you picked up enough food and drink for the journey?
I have 8 meat stews on me, but I don't have much to drink.
Then definitely worth grabbing some tea from the campfire.
Okay.
There we are. Everything else is more or less right for me. Trade a loot. Drop a couple of things off in there.
Yeah,
and then eventually we'll
tea.
pop things in the dump chest. I'm getting the impression that my initial plan of setting up a large crate for our supplies completely surplus to demand. I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to need that. So I'll leave it as is for now. There we go.
Maybe later when we're getting loads of stuff.
I've got a fair chunk of forged iron with me, which we don't need, I wouldn't say. So I'm going to leave a decent amount of that back here. I'll bring 10, just so that we can affect some repairs out on the road. But overall... Oh, the last thing, I'll grab a wrench before we head out.
I think I have one as well. No, actually, I do not. Oh, no, I do.
Right. So, other than that, ready to go. You can grab the bike. I'm just going to make a quick run to the house. Drop off a little bit of material.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to grab one of these trees on the way past as well. I think this should be a 900 tree. Since I've got some stamina to use.
Yeah, we don't have many 1200s, but...
No, unfortunately not.
We're mouse steer on the bicycles. Okay.
Oh no, actually this is only a 600 tree, which is a bit of a shame, but still I need the wood, so. There we go. And I'll go drop off this iron into the furnace. Because if nothing else, I can just turn that into forged iron later on.
Yes.
Right. I will meet you down at the...
The temperate biome.
Yeah, at the temperate biome. And I'll grab this sand, put that in the forge as well. Perfect. And I can leave this going for like 10 minutes while we're out. There we are. Plant these trees too while I'm at it. Okay. Now then, we are going to need to make sure that Lady Sheila and I are on the same team, so I'm going to send you a quick invite.
Oh, yes.
There.
Because we closed the
What?
game between episodes there, didn't we?
Yeah. Had to go and make some fresh tea for myself in
Some
real
tea.
life.
I needed tea.
Though, as is often the case, by the time that we started recording again, I'd already drunk most of it. It makes me very sad. Tea goes past so quickly. We have it for such a short amount of time. So precious, the time that we have, but so short.
I went to take Athena for a little run around the room because she was going a bit stir crazy. And by the time I'd finished with that, my tea was almost cold.
Really? Trying to get a sleeper lumberjack. Donk. Don't think you're long.
I don't remember exactly which apartment building it was that we were going into, but there's one up ahead of me that I'll try and go into.
Yeah. All we really need is one of them. There should be a nice big apartment building somewhere. Do that, please. There we go. I am going to need to grab a lot more arrows and stone from somewhere. I should probably start picking up the stone on the way then, given that. She's up so far away. My lord.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. But do please check the sinks in the apartments.
Yeah, I absolutely will be.
Acid so badly. All we need is 2 because each tire is only made with 1. Or, you can occasionally find the tires. It's less common though. You're much more likely to find the acid and the components needed for it. On that note, don't be shy about using your wrench on any tires on the ground because we're going to need a lot more plastic as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We do need an awful lot of plastic for what we're going to be doing. There are lots of things we can break down for that though, but the tires are a pretty easy one to use if you get a chance. Because they're usually fairly easy to find. I wonder.
Okay.
One of these days, I'm going to wander past this base and I'm going to see if I can take apart. Oh, damn. Take apart a mine with a wrench. Without setting it off, of course. Because, what would be the point in doing that if it just exploded? Come on, you. There we are. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything from that, but that's fine. Right, got 2 tires ahead of me. Perfect. There we go. Is something sneaking up on me? No, surprisingly enough. There's a little bit over there, but I don't believe they've noticed me yet. I think it noticed a mine, however, in the worst possible way that it could notice a mine. But there we go. That's the danger of engaging anything around mines. Don't think that that luring the zombies onto them is a good plan. If you're anywhere near it, you're still going to get hit. I mean, we were quite far away, but yeah, why take the risk, eh? There you go. Getting about 5 polymers from each tire. And a little bit of EXP as well, so yeah, not too bad. Okay. Wheels, how much do I need per? I need 20 per, so I need just a little bit more. I'm at 37 now.
Found
so
2 acid under my first sink.
Well, that is amazeballs. How far out am I? I'm as close to the house as I am to you. That's a shame. If I'd realized that, I honestly would have just gone ahead and brought.
Do you want me just to bring the acid
parts
back to you on the bike, and then then you can go back and make a bike?
It would be faster for you to go back and get the frame and the handlebars from the base.
Right. Okay. I can do that.
But yeah, no, that would be brilliant because that also gives us extra inventory space as well. So
exactly.
It all works together. Well, that's amazing. I wasn't expecting.
Do you have everything else you need other than the
To form the bicycle, I will need 1 mechanical part as well.
1 mechanical part. Okay, I'll see if I can just bring that as well.
Right, when you get back, I'll tell you what I need for the wheels, because there is a bit of a list.
Yeah.
But I'll need 2 oil and... 4 oil and 20 lumps of coal in total.
Okay. Yeah, so if you just let me know when when I get back what you need. So...
Airdrop.
Airdrop!
That's going to be easy enough for us to collect now.
Yeah. Hiya!
Hello. Bye-bye.
Now it'd be nice that you've got a bicycle too, because I hate just one of us just has one.
When you're on a multiplayer server, I'm going to be honest, there is a remarkably large part about having a vehicle and perhaps even being one of the first people to be able to build them that is just driving past other people, though. I'm not even gonna try to pretend that there isn't a sense of pride in being like, yep, goodbye, mud goblin, with your having to walk, whilst I instead pedal away. It is offset by the fact that you're basically flexing because you've got a bicycle. It is entirely different.
It's like, what are you, 8 or something?
Yeah, it's entirely different when you're driving past in a hog. Then it's like, yeah, no, this is legitimately awesome now. But when you're pedaling past furiously, maybe you've attached some cars to your spokes and you got some multicolored streamers. You're like, yeah, look at me, aren't I the best boy in the playground? Yeah. It's like, yeah, okay. So it is offset. It's very, very tongue in cheek. I think you would be a bit of a scallywag if you were legitimately, just showing off. It's like, yeah, well, you know what? They probably helped you get that. Or at least if it's a part of the dappling servers where things are much more of a all for one for all kind of thing. So the first person with a bicycle only has it because everyone else helped. But if you're on just a random multiplayer server, then yeah, absolutely show off. It's like riding into town with your leather duster and your horse on an MMO, where everyone else is running around with pipe guns and they're basically in their boxer briefs. You're like, yep, I am literally the sheriff of this town. You may all just look at me in awe. Are you back at the house yet?
I'm back at the horde base, yes.
Okay. What I'm going to need for the 2 wheels is 2 acid, which you've already got.
Yeah.
I'm going to need 4 oil.
Let's find 4 oil. I'm just going down the hatches now. Right, so 4 oil. I'm just going to use the trader loot chest as like a dump chest for all the other gubbins I've got.
Well, there is a dump chest now, so you can just use that. It's the one without a sign. It's above the torch.
Ah, I see. Nice.
Let me know when you've got the 4 oil.
An empty inventory, so 4 oil. Should be in the building supplies chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 oil. Right.
Okay, and there's one more thing. Just give me a second, and I might already have it. I'll need
part.
Yeah, 1 mechanical part, please. And are there any more rocks around here? They don't appear to be, unfortunately. And I'll need an extra 10 lumps of coal.
And then the frame and handlebars, yeah?
Yeah, the frame, the handlebars, 1 mechanical part, 4 oil, and actually, I think that might be all I need, but give me just a second to find out if I get enough coal out of this rock. I need another 3, come on. I'm getting loads of nitrite powder and lead, but not much coal.
There's coal here, though. How much coal do you need? Just 10?
I need... Yeah, just bring along 10. That's fine.
Do you need any more than that? I can bring more.
No, I've already gathered enough to make
Right, so I'm bringing 4 oil, 2 acid, 1 mechanical part, bicycle handlebars, bicycle chassis, and lump of coal.
And 10 lumps of coal.
10 lumps of coal,
Yep, that is exactly it. Oh, now doesn't this place look suddenly quite beautiful now that the sun's come out? Yeah. There's so many interesting points of interest around here, but really the one that we want is the building over yonder. In hopes that we can get Lady Sheelab a load of a new coat. I was going to say a load of clothes, but really it's only the coat that she wants.
Yeah, maybe warmer trousers. I'm not sure that the skirt is the warmest of things I could be wearing.
Probably not. Go ahead and start making some extra arrows.
Supply drop. I can grab the supply drop on the way as well.
Is it on the way?
It's not a very far detour.
Yeah, by all means. No reason not to. By the time he's done that, I will be at the point of interest. Though it is 2 p.m. by the time we arrive, so, you know, we do need to bear that in mind, or rather, it'll be 2 p.m. by the time I get there. Right, there is no possible way that we're going to get away with just one dump chest being enough for us. So, compacting our inventories is going to be a bit of a pain in the bum. I'm not going to lie here, but we'll just have to make do with that. What I'm going to say is probably one of the best places to pop this will be... Sure, I'm gonna pop it just by the water tower.
Okay.
So I'll make 2 dump chests. Oh, do I not have enough wood? No, of course not, because I tried to turn it all into arrows. That would work against me. Yes. Actually, I'll make 3. This should be more than enough then.
It feels so... I want to picture me on that. Oh no! It's mouse steer. Oh! Ah! Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was trying to like turn around to just look at myself on the bike.
Yeah, that is not the first time I've done that.
You went dicky.
Yeah, that is not the first time that I've tried to rotate my camera and not taken into account that the bicycle is steered by the mouse. But now that we have this, following the Horde Night, I'm going to say that I'm probably not going to try and do this prior to the Horde Night. But we can start doing a lot more in terms of questing. Now that we actually have means to move around, should make a lot of stuff easier for us. I'm just going to go around the perimeter of this building, make sure there's no obvious loot on the ground that we can pick up. I recommend we clear this place from the ground up rather than from the top down, because clearing it from the top down is going to mean that between us and the way out there will be lots of zombies.
Yeah.
Which is probably not great. I've already annoyed a few of them just by running around this place without any regard for the sound I was making. But...
Pistol, hunting rifle, some food, some honey, and an AK-47. Ah.
Wow, nice. And a zombie by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know, it's okay. It's behind a fence. It's fine. I got scared because I was in an inventory and I could hear zombie sounds.
Yeah. Well, that's a completely fair reaction to have. Gathering some more wood while I'm out here.
Get out of here.
And again, it's just generally a good idea to rotate around what you're harvesting. It doesn't slow down the harvest, but it does mean that you can spot anything sneaking up on you. Also, I believe, though I'm not entirely certain, that the amount of stamina you have affects the amount that you can harvest with a single chop. Yeah. I'm definitely doing more block damage with a higher level of stamina with each swing than I do when my stamina is low. Okay. Oh, shit, I was making very rapid progress on the way back.
Yeah. Keep running out of stamina, but the bike, even without stamina, is pretty fast.
It's a lot faster than walking, yeah. But with stamina, you will cover a lot of distance, which is quite useful.
I'm always thirsty. There's a... Oh, yeah, you've seen that, I think.
What was that? Sorry?
I was just going to say there's a zombie approaching you, but then I could see that you were facing it and looking at it with a bow, so...
I totally was not. Actually, I was planting seeds.
Oh.
But thank you.
Well, there's a zombie. You might want to kill it.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. As opposed to killing the grass, which is what I'm doing. Oh, my lord. My meleeing skill is awful. It was somewhat redeemed by the fact that I took its head off, but awful. Oh, you didn't use the storage. Okay, have you got the materials?
Yeah, shall I put them in the bike storage then?
I know you can drop them on the floor in the bike storage. Doesn't really matter to me. Also, here's
Okay,
2
I'll drop them
pain
on the
pills just in case you need them.
Oil. Acid. Mechanical parts. Handlebar. Chassis. Goal.
Thank you. Very kindly. Can you see where I've placed the 2... What have I haven't got enough of?
The pain pills, I picked them up.
Oh, yeah. The boxes. I did actually store my coal in there. For a moment there, I was like, no, I didn't get this right, but no.
Oh, I see. So this is going to be like our centralized looting area for going around this apartment complex and just generally all the buildings around as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So probably, because we've got bikes and we can get back in a couple of hours, we've probably got another 3 or 4 hours.
We can spend a lot more time out here, yeah. There's definitely stuff being a bit angry.
So you annoyed all the zombies in here, did you already?
Well, they were quiet until you moved in, so...
You're like, sure fault. It's only 1, I think.
Yeah. It'll be through that in a minute. But if you keep dodging back and forth in front of me, the arrow will be in
Sorry,
your
I didn't
bum.
know you were behind me. If you had told me you were behind me, I wouldn't have been, like, running around as if I was on my own.
There you go.
I was going to melee it, you see.
Ah, right, okay. Well, I mean, you know, that definitely would save on the ammo. Okay. So let's take care of this area. We can start on this floor.
Ooh.
Bear in mind, wherever there are...
Sneaky little Marlene behind there. Or Darlene. Oh, man, really? Bleeding?
Oof. You're right.
1 hit from her and I was bleeding.
That is unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
1, 2. So there's no thing behind that one, but there could have been there. You can work out where the potential pictures that might have something hidden behind them are.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that. And I recommend.
Or you can just smash all of them.
You can, if you want to be like that. And I guess there's nothing stopping you being like that. Other than, you know, your conscience. Your scallywag.
Wrench's TV.
Okay, yep. It's a good point, actually. You can get some decent stuff from that. Now, this one could have
Mechanical parts and plastics.
something behind it. Because this picture goes back directly onto a wall. You can just punch it with your fist if you want to. Why you might want to, I don't know, but you can. That one doesn't look like it goes back onto a wall. Let's have a look. You've already looted this area by the looks of it. Quite
No,
thoroughly.
I've only looted the kitchen.
Only the
that
kitchen?
area. Only the
That's it.
kitchen, because then I found the acid in the kitchen and then I immediately came back.
Ah,
So-
right, okay.
It was literally the first place I looked had acid, so it was like, oh, coming back right now.
Always useful. You can break down the TVs. I'm going to hold off on that until I've got a higher skill with scrapping items. Let me have a quick look. On that note, I might be able to do that now. Salvage operations, waste not, want not, scrap items for more resources. Maybe worth me doing. But alternatively, I could put more points into pain tolerance. Or even more into advanced engineering. I could make the crossbow after that point. I could even make a compound bow. There are a lot of reasons to go for that. Yeah, I'm actually going to pick up advanced engineering so I can start making crossbows for us. A crossbow is, for all intents and purposes in terms of the game, a rifle bow. It effectively is a bow that has no arrow drop. It takes much longer to reload, however. A lot longer to reload. You can do quite a lot more damage with it, though. So, you know, it is worth it. But do be aware of what it is. It does take a lot more time to use a crossbow. Now, what have we got in here? How are you doing with the scavenging, Sheila? Fancy toilet.
Decent. I'm not going to wrench every TV in this place, so I'll be here all day.
No, exactly. It would take a long time to get anywhere if you did that. I can't easily tell. I think this is just going back to a... Yeah. Just going back to a wall. The rest of these... Have you cleared this room completely? Yeah,
I believe so. But I haven't been in this room or this room or this room down these ends.
Okay. There's one... The bathroom we can get into. It's worth checking out bathrooms because that's a place where you're more likely to find things like medicine. In fact, many bathrooms will have a medicine cabinet. You can also find pistols in toilets more often than you would imagine. So it's worth checking out. Potted plants.
Looks like some kind of fire escape.
Well, while you're checking out that area,
this goes all the way. This is a big ladder that goes like all the way to the roof.
Oh, really? That's quite interesting. Now this. That is a possibility. But as Sheila mentioned, you can just take out every painting just in case, and that is gonna save you a lot of time. And you know, occasionally you'll make a mistake and think it couldn't possibly hide something, and it could have, just because you didn't have as good an idea of the layout of the walls. But I actually consider it like a little mini puzzle in a way. So I don't mind spending a bit of extra time taking care of that. I think this will just go out into a garden area. Out onto the balcony, sorry. Garden area. Oh, yeah, I guess it is a garden in a way.
Little garden area.
A concrete garden.
But it's nice, these apartment blocks, because like every single one of them has a kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's quite
handy.
There's
definitely value to it.
Handy for food and bottles.
Yep.
We are making bottles, you know, we are limited by sand and things like that.
On that note, there's plenty of places you can go to get sand. Like, there's an awful lot of places you can go to get sand. If you go to any kind of construction site point of interest, they'll usually have either sand bags or actual areas which are just full of sand. Which are totally worth checking out.
Oh man, why would you have a fancy toilet and then have nothing in it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you know, considering what could be in it, in a way,
I suppose.
Not a bad trade. Alright, there we are. This room doesn't get lucky. What's this? Empty. All the cupboards are empty. Okay, have you taken care of everything in here, yeah?
I think so, and you took care of everything in this one, didn't you?
Yeah, so we're up onto the second floor now.
So we're on to floor 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go and just dump things in the chests.
Yeah, that's wise. If we just work our way through the first chest. And what I recommend we do is whenever you try to store something, go to the first chest, try to stack anything in your inventory. Anything you can't, move on to the second chest. And just do that every time.
Yeah,
and
that
way,
absolutely makes sense.
It will be auto-compacted as best we can. I can help myself out a little bit by just moving things around.
Always thirsty at the moment.
Yeah, that will happen, unfortunately. Got a level 2 wrench out of that, though. That's not a bad deal.
Okay, level 2. Oh, man.
What's wrong?
There's a big thing of wood in the way of the stairs. Big barricade. Ooh, with a feral.
Something. A feral? I'm on my way.
I'm running outside.
Okay.
I've got my gun out.
Alright. Yeah, pulling out mine. That's a good point. Reloading.
Is she coming?
She's not. Which way is the stairs? Left or right?
To the right.
There we go. Not just getting up. Right, this one is not a feral.
I shot his arm off.
It's okay. The ferals are definitely worth taking down as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Reload your pistol. Make sure you've got... we've woken up everything now on this.
Yeah. But it was worth it because everything else we can, you know, we can shoot.
Fortunately, some things will now try to just go through the floors, perhaps. Nice. So we do need to be aware that some things might just drop down on us. Yeah. But overall, that wasn't terrible. But well done there, Sheila. That could have been quite nasty if we...
Well, luckily the barricade stopped her.
Yeah.
But I did notice her eyes, otherwise that could have been really bad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just do a quick sweep. Make sure there's nothing alive in here. Alright, nothing in here. Just make my way out. Back. Make sure there's nothing on the balcony worth taking. I always grab the chairs when I can because they're very easy to scrap.
To just scrap down, yeah.
Yeah. You can also gather a reasonable amount of loot from the couches and the likes. Nothing in there.
Or just from chopping them up with a fire axe or whatever.
Yeah. Another level 2 wrench. Awesome. Also, a zombie making her way through the barricade. Her head exploded. Never mind. We're good. Nice.
Oh, that's nice. Now she's not making noise anymore.
I know.
Fantastic.
Because honestly, half the time, that's the most annoying part about zombies. You just don't know when to shut up. Now, once you're in towards a late game, houses become much less worthwhile looting.
Yeah, that's when we want to go into all the military bases.
Yeah, if you've got enough levels in things like Lucky Looter, you might find that houses never lose their charm. But generally speaking, there are much better places to be looking. That said, houses do have a decent chance of having bookshelves. These are not as useful as they used to be, where you could find much better equipment, schematics in some of the bookshelves. That was how you would learn how to make certain types of like high tier weapons. You had to find a book. Not true in Alpha 17, but it may well be true again in Alpha 18, from what I understand. So
yeah, they keep changing things up, don't they?
Yeah. I'm starting to get quite disheartened with the amount of paintings I'm destroying and getting nothing back from. I'm starting to think
I
that
am
maybe that's never going to be the case.
quite disheartened by the lack of coats.
Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry. This is where it ends up being that we ultimately only find a coat.
Like in a military base or
We're
something.
probably going to want to make a move soon to get back to the base.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up to 9 o'clock now. We can probably make it back to the base with half an hour. But we just need to keep an eye on things. I'm going to finish looting this apartment that I'm in. But beyond that, I'm not going to take take any further chances. Anything else? No. Nothing else there. So yeah, come past, I'm going to rush out, going to grab as much inventory as I can, probably move some of it into the bike, and then skedaddle.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that is here. It's possible there might be something out on the balcony, so I'll have a try. But as soon as I'm done with this. You already heading out, Sheila?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna just check this last room. Yeah.
Thirsty,
Yeah,
apparently.
I'm done in here, I think.
Okay. Right.
That's more acid. Now we don't
Yeah,
need
I
it.
found a couple of bits of acid, yeah. Right, heading down. Right behind you. I'm going to bring a bicycle over to the chest, so it's a bit easier to load it. And then I'll bring the other one as well. So that's one for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How do
It's
I
gonna be
interact with
welcome.
its
Hold
storage?
E
Or does
on it. Hold E.
got lock, drive, and honk horn? Have we not put baskets on?
There are storage items on them, I'm fairly certain.
I thought you had to get a shopping basket on them to put storage.
No, there's storage. It's like a chest. Can you not see that?
No.
Okay.
I can lock, drive, or honk horn.
Maybe.
Unless
Can
I'm
you
doing
do it
something
now?
terribly
Can you have a
wrong.
look at it now? I've unlocked both of them. Can you see anything in them?
I can't even interact properly with the bicycle. I can only honk its horn now.
I've unlocked it. Lift it up, take, and then place it down. So hold E and try that, because it could just be that you need to be an owner.
I can't take either.
Okay.
I can
Here you
honk
go.
horn or drive. as I said.
There's a bicycle in
Thank
the
you.
basket. There we go. That is almost certainly what the problem was then.
I wasn't the owner of the bicycle, basically. So it's like...
It was complaining. Right. We're going to have to make a move really rapidly now then. So I'm just going to grab all I can out of here. And I'm going to transplant as much of it as I can into the bicycle. There's a chair there that I can put down. And grab as much as I can from there. Right. You can almost certainly grab great
all
big
of the
amounts
rest of the stuff,
of
yeah.
everything that's in there.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you. Good to go?
Good to go.
Let's head back then. I am encumbered. Yes, I am. It sucks, but oh well. Now, bicycles are largely silent, but they're not perfectly silent. So don't push your luck.
No,
But
just riding
you
along
should
the
be
road.
okay. Yeah, that's more a bit of advice to anyone watching. It is easy to think that, oh, it's fine, I'm on a bicycle. Nothing's going to hear me driving around in this, but no, they can. I'm not sure if the audio will be clear on YouTube, but there is a little bit there. Hello, Sheila.
Hello.
You seem to just be freewheeling right now. Oh, no, there you go. Your legs are pedaling a little bit. Just not much. It is remarkably light, considering it's past 10 p.m. It looks like
It's
there's
all
a
like
lot
it's-
of stars.
Do you never notice in Scotland in the winter when it's snowing, it's so much lighter in the dark? In the nighttime?
Well, it's kind of a...
Whoa!
What's wrong?
My back just like
I was
fell
in front
over.
of you for a moment, so I probably bumped into you. Sorry, my bad.
That's alright.
But it's kind of a mixed bag, because if it's snowing heavily, then it's darker just because the snow is obscuring your vision, and also there's heavy cloud cover. But also at the same time, street lights are reflecting off the clouds a little bit more and reflecting off all of the snow particles in the air and so on and so forth. It can be a bit of a mixed bag. Now, the thing with bikes, if you crash into like small stones and or large things, you can just drive through quite a lot of stuff. You'll just damage it and carry on. But your bike will get a little bit damaged every single time.
Yeah, and then you need a repair kit to repair the bike.
Yes. They are not easily repaired. There are some zombies out and about, but not many. So we should generally be okay. So we'll go ahead and
We've got lots of
stop
cool
right about
stuff
here.
from that though, even though we didn't get me a coat yet.
I've got much room in my inventory. No, I've got no room in my inventory. I'm going to go ahead and drop these items off. I'm just going to use the jump chest for now. And then we can arrange our
Sort it
inventory
out a bit later. Yeah.
I'm so slow. I'm so encumbered. Yank. Thank you very much for letting me go down first.
That's
Very
okay.
kind of you. Right. I'm just going to dump most of this into here. Then we can get all of this relocated. Right, heading up. I'm going to empty out the bike's inventory.
So many wrenches. There were so many kitchen sinks.
I know. Reasonable amount of stuff in total. Let's grab everything out of the bicycle. Yeah, your bicycle is inaccessible to me, so that makes sense. I will, however, pick up my bicycle, and I'm going to store it in the base, rather than outside, where a zombie could walk into it and then damage it.
Ah, yes.
So once you're done with that... In fact, I'm going to pop it in tools. This isn't a bad idea in general, though, to store your bicycles and the likes. Simply because someone else might be able to make use of it. And you don't want to be hogging it.
Yeah.
When someone else could make good use of it.
I mean, when there's only 2 of you playing, it's a bit different. But when it's a big
Yeah.
multiplayer server, then it is actually quite good for...
Again, as I've mentioned, when we run like a dappling server, it's quite often everyone is involved on some level with the acquisition of more or less anything. So, generally speaking, it's good to keep these materials available.
I put the steel
for
arrows
everyone
away.
to
Just
use.
I picked up some steel arrows, and I think they'd be better for Horde Night, really.
Yeah, I know, absolutely.
Stone ones are better for just out and about.
Yep, absolutely. There we go.
Where am I off to? To the basement.
I guess like cooking pots and the likes are... I could store them in the cooking chest still.
And you actually, I could do some work on the basement.
I'm gonna take the nitrate powder out though. At this stage, you don't really need to be storing that in there. Quite a lot of things once you get into the sort of like towards the end game sort of areas become much more versatile. You can use them in so many different places that it starts to become a bit of a problem to decide, well, is this building supplies or is this cooking supplies? So on
Yeah.
and so forth.
Things like fat, is that cooking or is that building because you make torches out of it, for example?
Yeah, exactly. That is a really, really good example, actually. We've got a lot of stone now. An awful lot of stone. It's actually pretty cool. There we go. I've moved all of the odds and ends out.
Nice.
I didn't end up bringing that sledge, which was really dumb of me. I should have brought that over. I'm gonna use the green
Forged
dye
iron.
on my machete. Oh no, wait, I can't. That's why.
Why can't I get up this stupid hatch? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't seem to have any trouble with it.
I was getting stuck on it for some reason. And then it was fine. I don't know.
Right,
Coop,
we've
I
got
guess.
loads of tea. Amazing to behold. Don't need to be carrying around that much though. 4 tea and 4 meat stews is more than enough for anything I might want to do. I would like to make a bunch of stone arrows though.
A bunch of cobblestone again.
200. Actually, no. 110 will give me 250 in total. And that's, I think, the maximum stack it can hold. What I will do is take out all of these glorious things and go ahead and continue work on the farm.
Took some minor 69er levels as well.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It makes an awful lot of sense, considering.
We have flagstone up here.
It's not make that much. I got a lot of flagstone. I can drop half of them though. There you go.
Oh, that'd be great, just for the walls in there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. We should probably make some torches. Oh, actually, I did bring candles back, didn't I? Where would they be? Probably in here. Yes, they are. Perfect. On that note, I could go ahead and make some more candles, actually. We've got enough animal fat to do that. Make some tallow, then. Strangely, I can't put anything into that spot. Oh, it's because we're still trying to make goldenrod tea. Again, it can be a little bit odd. It doesn't provide the most useful feedback when you can't do something. So, for example, I was trying to put fuel into the first fuel slot, but it was blocking me for some reason. And that's because it was technically in the middle of a build process. So, a bit dumb, but oh well. Put that torch down. Place some candles around here instead. There. Actually, we'll
suddenly looks brighter in here. Hurrah.
There we go. Pop. And we'll get another one as well. And this place will be quite pretty, I should imagine.
Yes.
I'll just put 4 candles up on the layer above. Now, candles are much less noisy than torches. Torches provide quite a lot of sound on the heat map, whereas candles provide very little. So it's a much safer way.
Yeah. Good way to get light.
Yeah.
What's that? Is electricity quite loud or is that quite quiet?
It's very quiet, generally speaking. And we'll pop this one over there as well. Nice symmetry. There we go. It's nice and light up here now. I've got 1 extra torch that I can bring down here for you.
Oh, great. Just gotta dig this down 2 more levels and we're pretty much done then. And then I'll dig a floor out.
There you go. That should help out a bit. There we go. Have we got more tallow? There we are. Perfect. I only need 4 candles though, so...
There we are.
All
First
done?
little... Yes, well, first 2 layers of it are done, so I just need to dig out now another couple of layers.
Excellent work. Alright, there we go. I do need to cancel that again. This is the problem with crafting in your pocket in this game, is you will inevitably want to craft something else. You won't be able to.
Normally what happens is I start like a load of cobblestone rocks going, and then I have to cancel them to repair my pickaxe. No, don't scrap those! Oh, I almost scrapped all my cobblestone rocks. Well, frankly, I could cancel it.
I was
What I
quite
wanted to
panicked
do-
when he said that.
What I wanted to do was click on the recipe for flagstone and craft flagstone. Whew.
There is
How's it
still not much reason for us to upgrade the wood up here, but there are a few things that we could do with it. That would improve the safety of this part of the base.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna finish off the top. You can really see the difference that the claw hammer makes when you're working with wooden frames. Like, it's crazy good.
Just like, basically all I'm doing at the moment is lowering the floor in here, just in case anyone's wondering what I'm doing.
There we go. That makes this whole area a little bit easier to work with. Got a lumberjack outside, but that's nothing much I need to worry about. In fact, it would be ideal if they would decide to all chase me.
Yeah, if they could come up through the horde base.
The horde base will... Yeah, exactly. It's very, very easy to do. But you've left your bicycle outside?
Oh yeah, I meant to go get that.
I'm going to just plink this lumberjack. Oh, I went way over his head. There is a horde, actually, on its way.
Oh, okay. I'm just coming outside to get my bicycle.
I would not risk it.
No.
I would also recommend getting back in. I'm going to continue to blink the ones outside just to make sure that they try to path to us. There we are. So this is a nice little bit of extra EXP. Considering we were just talking about that.
Terrible job.
Yeah, I'm not lining them up particularly well because I've not got the angle on the headshots as much right now. But if you wait for them to climb up on the... If you just wait for them to jump, they do hang tight for the moment. Okay. Yeah, little lumberjack. Oh, straight over your shoulder. There we go. Getting a lot less EXP from them now, unfortunately. Guess my level is a bit high. Anyone else?
So we're starting to get ferals and things as well.
Yeah.
Which is
Our
quite
game
scary.
stage must be getting high. Dunk. There we go. Anyone else around? There is, yes. That was an awful shot. I apologise that you had to see that. That was a double awful shot right there. There we go. It is good though, when they're running, you can sometimes clip them and it will just throw them off balance and they'll just tumble to the ground. Okay, have you got your bike now?
I need to empty its storage and then I'll be able to take it.
Right. I think getting a couple more torches out here would be a wise move. I'm actually going to go and do that now.
So you've got loads of fat nowadays, because that was what we were struggling for before,
exactly,
wasn't it?
Yeah. You had to be very careful with how we used it. The candles are nicer. I think they provide less light, though. Can't be certain. But I think they do provide less light. So I'm not going to use the candles for this. What did I just tell it to build? I don't know. Cloth, fat and wood. Should be able to make a couple of torches. Let's get 3, 4, 5. There we go. Let's drop all of this off. Again, it's so nice to have everything in its place.
Yeah.
Everything has a place and everything is in its place.
Yes.
Keep an eye out. Just make sure that nothing is trying to creep up on me. Alright, let's get down some of these torches. And one there will do. Just to illuminate the outside of the Horde base during the Horde. And one there, one in the middle. Another one right back in the middle. That got damaged. That is scary. Something was trying to beat its way into the base at some point.
Oh, wow.
Now it's recent. That's quite recent, actually. Need to get some more defenses around there, I think.
Yeah.
Because just
More
iron
big
spikes
spikes.
will do a lot for protecting your base. They'll do an awful lot for protecting it. It's quite a... it's very damaging for most things trying to path through iron spikes. Right, well, actually, wow. Okay.
Daytime again.
So we've made it all the way back through to day 14. Now, this is a Horde night, so bear that in mind. Sheila, I recommend you drop your bike off in the tool chest if you're not going to be using it.
Yeah, okay.
All I'm doing is I'm just rushing back to the old main base. Oh, dear me. We haven't been here for a while. I was like, that doesn't look right.
What?
There are a bunch of zombies living in there. My lord.
Oh, no.
How rude. We've only
we're not
just
living
moved
there
out.
anymore. I mean...
My forge still lives
they're
here.
They're the new tenants.
How
Yeah.
dare you? You scallywags. Bloody squatters. But I'll quickly dispatch these guys and then we can
And then
wrap
we'll say
things up.
goodbye to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need
there
any
we
help?
go.
Are you alright?
No,
I'm just getting all this
fine.
EXP while you're killing them all.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just popped over to set up some forged iron because we're going to need a decent amount of it to make the iron bars and, in fact, iron spikes that we will want
And I'm going through it
outside.
every so often to repair my pickaxe as well because I'm doing a lot of digging out.
There we go. Right, I'm going to rush on back, but that was a little bit of a surprise to me. I'll be honest, but we've been away for long enough that that no longer considers it a place where we're actively surviving. In fact, it's probably been it's been
Maybe one of us
enough
should
time
have left a
passed.
bedroll there then maybe.
Yeah, because we've both effectively moved our bedrolls. It's no longer
Yeah.
considered a player base.
Yeah,
you
and
can
you've still
get
got your
past that.
forge there.
Yeah, you can get past that with putting down a land claim block, but I'm fine with probably moving the forge over here at this point. We can just remove the forge later on. But that's going to be it from us. Tomorrow is Horde night, so we're going to just be focusing on prep work for the inevitable Horde and dealing with the Horde itself. Hope you're looking forward to that, though, and we will see you in the next episode. But until then, as always, take care, everyone.
Keep being awesome.